In the words of the well-known veteran General Colin Powell, "The most important thing I learned is that soldiers watch what their leaders do. You can give them classes and lecture them forever, but it is your personal example they will follow." This quote sets the stage for what we are about to delve into: the remarkable strength, tenacity, and leadership of veterans. The strength of a soldier is not merely physical, it's mental and emotional. It's the ability to lead and inspire, to set an example for others to follow. It's about resilience, courage, and the will to carry on, even when faced with the most challenging circumstances. Leadership is a crucial aspect of military service. It shapes soldiers during their service and continues to influence them as they transition back to civilian life. It's the beacon that guides them, the force that drives them, and the trait that truly defines them. Leadership is not confined to the battlefield, but is a quality that shapes our entire lives. Hear now the voices of those who have served in their own words. We begin with a tale from a veteran, a woman of strength and courage who served in the Middle East. She shares, "The desert was a harsh and unforgiving place, but it was there that I found a strength I didn't know I had. I learned how to lead, how to endure, and how to find hope in the most challenging circumstances." Next, we listen to the voice of a man, a Navy SEAL, who served in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. "The cold was brutal, the conditions were tough," he recalls. "But it was in that hardship that I discovered the true meaning of teamwork and camaraderie. We were not just a team, we were a family, and we had each other's backs no matter what." From the jungles of Vietnam, another veteran shares his story. "Coming back home was a different kind of battle," he confesses. "It was a struggle to adjust, to fit back into a society that seemed to have moved on without me. But I learned to adapt, to find my place again. And in doing so, I discovered a resilience in myself I didn't know existed." And from the mountains of Afghanistan we hear another voice. A young man, who served his country with pride and honor, shares, "The hardest part was saying goodbye to those who didn't make it back. The guilt, the grief, it was overwhelming. But I found a way to channel that pain into something positive. I started volunteering, helping other veterans. And I learned that sometimes, the best way to heal is to help others." Each of these stories, each of these voices, carries a unique perspective, a unique experience. But there's a common thread that binds them all, a thread of strength, of resilience, of perseverance. One veteran who served in the skies above Europe puts it beautifully. "We were all different," he says, "different backgrounds, different beliefs. But in the face of adversity, we discovered a shared strength, a shared resilience. We learned that we were stronger together, that we could overcome anything." And from a veteran of the Korean War, we hear a similar sentiment. "We faced hardships, we faced challenges," he shares, "but we also discovered a strength within ourselves, a strength we didn't know we had, and that strength, that resilience, it carried us through." And so, we honor these voices of valor, these voices of strength and resilience. We honor their service, their sacrifice, and their indomitable spirit. The stories they share are not just tales of war and hardship, but also of hope and resilience. They remind us that within each of us lies an untapped strength, a capacity to endure, to adapt, to overcome. In their stories we find a testament to the human spirit, to resilience, and to the power of perseverance. The soldier's battle does not end when the war is over. This is a truth that rings loud and clear for those who have served. After the gunfire has ceased, the dust has settled, and the uniforms have been hung up, a new battle begins. This is the battle beyond the battlefield, the one that many veterans face upon returning home. The physical injuries are often the most visible signs of this battle. Wounds that may have healed on the surface but are still felt with every step, every breath. These injuries are a constant reminder of the sacrifices made, the price paid for freedom. But it's not just about the physical scars. It's also about the mental and emotional wounds that aren't so easily seen. Many veterans return home carrying the burden of traumatic experiences. They grapple with mental health issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression. The echoes of war can linger, casting long shadows over their lives. Then there's the challenge of reintegrating into civilian society. This can feel like stepping into an entirely different world, one where the rules have changed, and the familiar has become unfamiliar. It's a world where the skills and experiences that once defined them may no longer seem relevant. But here's the thing, the same strength and courage that carried them through the battlefield can carry them through these challenges. The same resilience that saw them through the harshest conditions can help them navigate their way in civilian life. The same brotherhood and sisterhood that stood by them in times of conflict can stand by them in times of peace. The battle beyond the battlefield is a tough one. It's a battle fought not on foreign soil, but on the home front. It's a battle fought not against an external enemy, but against internal struggles. Yet in this battle, as in all battles, there is hope. There is the promise of a new day, the potential for healing, the possibility of a life beyond the battlefield. And in this battle, veterans do not stand alone. They stand with the strength of their comrades, the support of their communities, and the gratitude of a nation. Their fight continues, but they do not stand alone. In honoring our veterans, we must do more than simply say thank you. Our gratitude, though deeply felt and sincerely offered, must extend beyond words. It must translate into action, into support that uplifts, nurtures, and empowers our veterans in tangible ways. Imagine the power of a community that rallies around its heroes. A community that doesn't just offer thanks but offers time, resources, and a listening ear. This can take many forms. It might look like volunteering at local veterans organizations, lending a hand in the day-to-day tasks that ensure our heroes have the support they need. This could be serving meals, organizing events, or simply being there to share a conversation. Or perhaps it looks like advocating for policies that uplift our veterans. This means staying informed, voting with our veterans in mind, and using our voices to call for change. It's about pushing for policies that ensure quality healthcare, housing, and employment opportunities for those who have served. Supporting our veterans also means fostering a culture of understanding and empathy. It's about taking the time to listen to their stories, to understand their experiences, and to acknowledge the sacrifices they've made. It's about recognizing that the battles don't always end when the battlefield is left behind, and offering our unwavering support as our veterans navigate life after service. And let's not forget the simplest yet most powerful way we can support our veterans. By showing them kindness and respect each and every day. By acknowledging their service, by appreciating their sacrifices, and by treating them with the honor they so rightly deserve. Our veterans are the embodiment of courage, resilience, and selflessness. They've stood for us, fought for us, and served us with unwavering commitment. Now it's our turn to stand for them, to honor them not just in word but in deed, to ensure that our gratitude is not just spoken but shown. When we stand with our veterans, we stand with the best of us. In the words of another great leader, John F. Kennedy, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." These words resonate with us today as we reflect on the sacrifices made by our brave veterans. Though their battles on the front lines may have ended, many continue to fight their own personal wars at home. Their strength, their valor, their unwavering commitment to our nation is a testament to the spirit of service. It's an embodiment of the courage that makes our country great. But like in any great endeavor, they shouldn't stand alone. We, the people, the beneficiaries of their courage, have a role to play too. We can honor their service, not just in words, but in action. We can stand shoulder to shoulder with our veterans, serving them as they have served us. How, you may ask? There are countless ways, from volunteering at local veterans organizations, to lending a listening ear to a veteran in your life. Your and compassion can make a world of difference. Or perhaps advocate for policies that support our heroes and their families. Our actions, no matter how small they may seem, can have a profound impact. They can provide comfort to a veteran struggling with the transition to civilian life. They can offer hope to those battling physical or mental health issues. They can send a strong message to our veterans. We see you, we appreciate you, we stand with you. Now, if you're wondering where to start, don't worry. There are resources available to guide you. Websites, community centers, local and national organizations all provide opportunities for you to get involved. You just need to take that first step. Let us remember the wisdom of John F. Kennedy and apply it to our own lives. Let us ask not what our country can do for us, but what we can do for those who have done so much for our country. For who have given so much, let us give in return. Stand with our veterans, today and every day. If you, or a veteran you know, is in crisis, remember, help is just a phone call or a text away. The Veterans Crisis Line is a lifeline for veterans and their families. This free, confidential resource is available 24/7, 365 days a year. By dialing 1-800-273-8255 and pressing 1, or by texting 838-255, you can connect with trained professionals who understand the struggles veterans face. They are ready and willing to provide the help you need when you need it. Remember, you're not alone. Reach out if you need help. Because when we say we stand with our veterans, it means we're here for them, in good times and in tough times. We stand ready to extend our hand, our hearts, and our resources to those reaching out of the darkness. Every call, every text, every conversation can be a lifeline. We are here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out.